not that bad. It's
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.
Coffee, like.
What's your favorite? Like, do you just drink like ice americano, or like what kind of coffee?
Brother, I'm cheap.
Brother.
I buy this cheapest discount bottle coffee in 1 liter version, and I pour it down, bro. Like the bitter, the worse flavor it is, it tells me that you deserve this. That's why you drink this to work.
I'm gonna need to send you some coffee, man. But anyway, GM. Welcome to the second episode, I think. Second, third? Well, anyway, it's 2025. We are still in the first week back to work, I guess. A lot of people were starting in Jan. Unless you were like hustling towards the New Year's Eve and like looking at your phone, you know, at like the countdown, like all of us. But man, today, what I want to do is I actually want to share my predictions with you. I want to get your reactions on it. I get to be a VC and write all of these predictions, like the hundreds of predictions that you've seen on crypto Twitter. But to make it more interesting, I think mine is a little bit more tangible. So we will see if you think this is bullshit or not.
All right, cool.
Cool. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. So if you're listening on Spotify, please go to YouTube. Okay. So, dude, the thing that I hate about predictions, like people always be writing shit such as, it's gonna be the year of crypto AI. Oh well, thanks, Mr. Obvious. But like, what are you actually saying, right? So I'm trying to put some numbers around it. I might be wrong, but I think the beauty is in putting numbers. So you can at least like quantify it a bit better, right? So the first one, simple. I think we still have one more bull leg, and we are gonna hit 4.5 trillion, which is like plus 1 trillion roughly in total market cap from the time of recording. My thesis here is that if Bitcoin goes to 150K by the end of the year, that means it's a 50% bump in the market cap of Bitcoin, which is like one, and that's an additional 1 trillion, right? Like now it sits at 2 trillion. So additional 50% means adding 1 trillion, even if it doesn't go there. I think with some of the other coins, we might see it. Do you think this is too bullish?
By the way, you know the total market cap, right? What does it count? What does it not count, or what does it count? Like, let's say all those meme coins and stuff. Is it like total?
The one on CoinGecko should count everything. Yeah, it's like total. Yeah.
Then I have no view on this because, like, you know, all these liquidity is different, right? Like we have so many meme coins that's like 1B, but the liquidity is like what, like 5%. so I don't have as much view on this, but overall, I just read it as bullish. I agree.
Dude, that's like one of the. That's why I put total market cap, because I think, like even let's say Bitcoin only goes up to like 120K, I think we will see some crazy memes or crazy AI coins with like super inflated FDV. I mean, it's not liquidity, but it's still contributing to the market cap. So I think we will see that.
Actually, okay. Before moving on this, which quarter might we actually see altcoin season? Let's just put it this way. How about this? I think this makes more sense.
Which quarter altcoin season? Man, that's tough. And
I think that shows basically how bad last year have been, even though the price been so good, right? Because like we don't actually see a proper catalyst. Like I think AI is the best catalyst, best narrative, and it still haven't triggered the altcoin season properly.
Yeah,
but
I think end of Q1, Q2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when I'm longing, right? I'll stop buying.
My next one is I think it's pretty simple, but I think Circle gets acquired or forced to go public this year. It's just been too long, you know. Like first, like I'm not gonna blabber everything. You have to go to YouTube if you want to see the writings. But basically, they have tried to go public via SPAC. They tried going public again. There's like some secondary sellings if you're on Telegram groups, or there was like some Bloomberg reporting that former employees selling at 5 billion, selling at 4 billion. And I just think that USDC doesn't have the same amount of strength, or like, sorry, not strength, the same amount of moat that USDT have as being like the offshore dollar, because they want to play like the super US, super compliant, super regulated. They move their HQ to New York and all of that, right? So I think they either must go public this year, or Coinbase just going to acquire them, because Coinbase market cap is now 65 billion. Just less than 7% of their market cap is enough to buy Circle. And they're already like partner in USDC, right? I think the only reason Coinbase hasn't done it is they know they will get a better deal the longer they postpone it. Yeah, that's one of my prediction. What are your thoughts?
Agree. The execution by USDT is so strong that I think if they were to go public, there might be some interesting play between USDT and USDC. And but yeah, like I don't think there's just something that most people can long or be able to.
So you mean the execution of USDT, of like Tether, is so good?
Has been so good last year. If any public news were to goes towards Circle, I think they will take some actions in general over there. To like, if I were them, that's what I would do, right? And to be honest, I'm not looking into this too closely, because I think the impact of this towards my speculation is not that
my
high.
bag.
So I don't, my bag. Yeah, I ain't got no bag, so I don't care.
Got it. Stablecoin supply. So last year I said we are gonna hit 250 billion, and I'm wrong, but it's on the way there. You know, it went up from like 130 to 200 billion in 2024. I'm upping up my target to 300, because I feel like everything is just stablecoin this year, dude. Like everybody's making their own stablecoin. Ripple, the new Ethena one. I think supply is gonna explode. Like this is the easiest business if you're like somewhat in the US, somewhat crypto. I want to do something that's like not too scary, not gonna scare your board. It's stablecoin. So I think it's gonna hit 100. It's gonna hit 300 billion.
Do you have more time today? Do you want to talk more into stablecoin in this episode, or let's do next episode?
Yeah. No, we can do it here, because I think it's going to be pretty quick.
Let's finish off your prediction. 500 mil raised by Crowdfunding and ICO platform. 100%, man. Yeah. I think Echo and Legion and those times is going to do so well in general. Like, I think everyone say fair launches, they wait for it, but nah, trust me, because there's no deep funding right now, right?
Yeah. So some numbers here, like IDO, which is mostly by Jupiter and Fjord anyway, for like Jupiter's own token. That's why the number is so big in 2024. But for ICO, CoinList reported 130 million in 2024. And Echo's data is not super public, but this is one thing that Kobe tweeted. So they did 14 million as of September. So I think around almost 150, 160 in ICO platforms in 2024. I think that's going to explode in 2025.
Yeah, I think right now it's not going parabolic. How do you say it? Like my agent has gotten to me today. But yeah,
parabolic.
Yeah. Because right now we don't have retail flow. We don't have other people going into altcoin. Right, when altcoin season hits, the fundraising amount is just going to exponential. I don't do you remember those like 50 mil raise like every 2 weeks or so. Like I mean, Echo only raised 14 mil.
Projects, man.
Bruh. I don't do you remember Arbitrum's Camelot like casually raising 10 mil per project for 5 projects straight.
Yeah, crazy times, good times. But yeah, like I think we will see a comeback of that. Bro, AI agent, man. Okay, so simple. Okay, total market cap for AI agent you can check on Sentient. Market cap is 12 billion. Total meme coin is 110. Meme coin excluding Doge, Ship, Pepe is 40 billion. I mean, come on, it's gonna hit that. I think so.
I don't like talking about market cap for these things because the liquidity is so low on these. Like, I mean, you can't like technically I can make myself a billionaire right now today if I just make a meme coin. But yeah, I mean, overall, if your statement is that they're going to grow bigger, I agree. So, do you think it's going to be a highly competitive AI agent where like 10 to 20 DeFi protocols style, like DeFi Summer, or is it going to be like, nah, it's just going to be like 3-4 protocols that just rule them all kind of thing?
More of the latter for me. Like I think only like 5 winners max, and then but maybe if the mania is here, like we will see like a dozen or so, like hundreds of millions of market cap. I mean, like that's already happening right now. There's a lot of like 150 million market cap frameworks, but yeah, like I think mostly it's gonna be because of the big ones. So maybe you will see like a few 5 billion plus protocol. Yeah,
I'm not sure on this just because I don't see the moat of each agent to its users. So like, let's say DeFi protocols, right? The metrics is like, the liquidity is there, hence people borrow there, lend there, right? Whereas for AI agents, your moat is probably your language, your output, your efficiency, and your maybe your loyal users or bag holders, right? But all these are not moats, if that's it. I'm not saying AI agent does not have moat. I'm saying AI agents does not have moat against each other.
Yeah, like it's not because there's no capital locked in them. Well, some agents do, but you're like saying you think it will be messier. It will be just like a lot of them because there's not as many modes.
I think so. Like eventually, I don't see the turning point where the winner wins. Basically, right now, I don't see like someone taught me about double down on the winners, but I can't see who might be the winners yet.
Hey, buy my bags, please. That's how you double down on winners.
Winners meaning like Marco's bag, right?
Oh my god. Okay. Here's one actionable. Maybe I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna try it. I think Solana ETF approved. Because like, hey, a prediction needs to be bold. Like I can't just say like Solana is gonna do well. Duh. You know what I mean? Like I think it's gonna get approved. Simple. It's the biggest winner. Lily, the president, has been saying pay fi narrative. Solana is a bit of an American coin. That's how they're positioning themselves. Because their backers, Multicoin, like one of the biggest backer, is close with David Sachs, crypto AI czar, right? And I think this is the easiest. Like it will be foolish if they don't use this to capitalize on the momentum, basically. And the easiest thing is like Gensler is out. Like there's like what. Like other than BlackRock, there's a lot of people who are like interested in doing Solana ETF, and then it's gonna help them with the unlock. Like I think it's like the lowest hanging fruit. Like if you're in the foundation, is to push this. So I'm just gonna make a prediction that it will happen before the end of 2025.
I agree. I think it will happen, to be honest. But what about? Do you think it's gonna be a dump on ETF or?
I think it will still pump at first. But then maybe it will take time, like ETH. It will dump for a few months. Yeah.
Please don't mention ETH. Okay, next.
No. Okay. The next one. So like at this point, I'm already kind of like, okay, like I don't have anything too good that's like that I can put numbers around them. So this is the last one that I can put numbers. I think Ton and Bitcoin season 2 is going to happen. 2x TVL on Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin has like 6.5 billion in TVL. I think that's going to be 2x by the end of 2025. Same with Ton. Ton is a lot smaller though. It's only like 250 million in TVL. So I think it's going to 2x also.
Why Ton?
Because I think the Telegram mania that we see in Q2, Q3, it's just like the appetizer. I think they have a lot more in the works. It's just that, like attention already shifted towards like AI and memes in Q4. I think as AI dies down, or maybe they will find ways to basically kind of do AI on Telegram. Because with like DeFi or DEF AI, like DeFi, I'm starting to see some people saying, it seems that there's a lot of integration that can be done with agents and on Telegrams. So, just like betting on like those two, because I feel like Bitcoin and Ton is like a little bit, they're not really like an underdog, but it's like, they're not fully US centric like ecosystems, but there's a lot of money there. And I think there's a lot of alignment with just, like Bitcoin people seeking yield, blah, blah, blah. If you're on YouTube, you can read the whole arguments here, but I feel like it's not just debt and then there's like nothing else. Yeah.
I agree. Personally, I have no more Ton. I took all my profits out. Sorry, I took the whole position out. I bet I re-entered Kaya, whatever
Kaya.
you call that, and then just because it's a cheaper bet. I do think there's a potential Ton will come back, but I think the developer experience and the user experience of those Ton apps right now is really not there. If you don't include speculation. So if there's a turning point there, then I think yes, sure.
Hi, it's a mandatory Portco shell, as you can see here. That's what's going to help with the UX. Just kidding.
Oh, okay. No,
Okay.
show me. How does it work?
No, I mean it's so like one of our Portco is TAC basically, which
Yeah.
can make it seamless between Ton and EVM. So like any developers and any protocols that are developing on EVM and want to deploy on Ton, it's going to be in one click or as easy as possible. So basically, their entire thesis is that to make it so easy for anything on EVM if they want to deploy on Ton and vice versa.
Oh, that will be interesting. There might be something about the Telegram bot experience that can be improved there. Nice. Interesting.
All right. So I think that's all that I have. This is just the honorary mentions, but it's the more boring one. I'm just going to quickly go through it. I think some sort of like restaking Phi or like EigenPhi is going to make a comeback. I think Bera, like one of Bera app is going to do some crazy Ponzinomics, bring proof of liquidity back. As long as it's not too niche like Curve War, I think it's going to have a success. OP and ARP, I think will lose TVL to new L2s and L1s. I think you will see their TVL become lower than the new chains coming out. There's no significant stablecoin acquisition. I see a lot of VC saying things about Bridge, but I think that's a mid-curve take. That's an exceptional case. I think Move is the next Rust.
Agree
Let's
everything
go.
you say. Agree everything you say. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to something. Predictions are cool, but let's talk this month or this week. What do you think about
This-
DeFi?
yep.
Decent, like the AI one.
Honestly, I think it's a bit mid-curving. But I think it's not sexy enough of an idea for anybody to speculate on. I think a lot of that, at least right now, the one that I've been reading, is mostly optimization. What's more interesting is like I wouldn't categorize them as DEFAI, but like if agent can interact with other agents and like bribe each other or like send each other money and do stuff like that, I think that's interesting. But is that DeFi or is that just agent to agent? But I think anything like optimizing vaults using agents, I think that's not interesting.
Bro. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the listeners who who don't know, so a little bit of DeFi is like DEFAI, stands for decentralized finance agent or something like that. Basically, agent will do your work for you, kind of thing. I think it's a semi-interesting topic. In the sense where the agent should do your work for you or help you find certain things. It sounds very vaporware right now, but I think Daniel from the Flock Nations did put out an article which is quite good. The TLDR of it. Sorry?
Daniel Sesta, he's back.
Yeah. Do you know the Anon token?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Wait, 1 second. Let's pull up my tweet here, bro. 1 second. Pause.
I can pull it. I'll just share it so it's easier for you.
I just put it in the Notion doc. In our Notion doc today.
Oh. I'm just gonna open your Twitter and gonna scroll. Maybe it's gonna take a while.
It's going to be a lot. I've been posting a lot. Yeah, this one.
What's? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah, and then go comment, and then go to the first one. The first link.
Oh, this?
Yeah. Okay, go. Alright, so yeah, AI plus DeFi means like decentralized finance. So I don't know if everyone knows. So this is the Frogman. Frogman himself, which is pretty funny. He's the one that created MIM, We Are Gonna Make It, Popsicles, all those kind of stuff. So I think his article was quite good. I agree around 70% of it. So basically he mentioned that like everyone kept saying DeFi, like DeFi. I don't even know how to say it. DeFi agent, right?
Yeah, it's
Stuff
so
like
hard.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's three types. He basically mentioned that there are governance and sentiment agents. I never thought of using agents as governance, which is good. So basically, they just gather things into different social channels, which will auto write the proposal, which is where most people just like to talk and complain, but never write the proposal. But whereas now you can have a bunch of things to think. Then you can speculate on the proposal a lot quicker. There was a time where I was a proposal speculator. Basically, I was the first to every proposal to think that should I long this token or not. Secondly is like research and communication agents. So I basically like use an agent to find all the investment strategy, find the yield, blah 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 blah, those things. I genuinely think the strongest edge will still be human plus AI, but not just purely AI. So, but yeah. Then there are investment and execution agents. So essentially, the agents has to be very good that somehow it's geared in a way where the transaction is the best, efficient, and no risk kind of thing. So so like he's basically saying that there's three types of agents, and this is what he's top writing about. And he launched a token called Hey Anon, and then it's like at 20 mil right now, basically 200 mil right now. Personally, I didn't ape it because it's across all chains. I got burned by him before. Although everything I say, it's cool, right? Yeah, every bullet point there sounds cool, right? Basically, but the thing is, like the delivery, like it makes sense, but you don't see where the FOMO or where the point is. And most of his token never gone into listing. So, like, let's say if it's a 200 mil, is not as likely to go to 1B. To be honest, then it's like I was late. Basically, if I were earlier at let's say 20 to 30 mil, I'll probably aped it. But yeah. But here are some of the product when it's featured. To be honest, I think this is the best write-up so far for actual people that want to go looking to build. Like, so you can tell he's actually a serious builder on this time. But yeah, so like the features that's out basically includes bridge, swap, lend, stake, with the triggers of gas, time, and price-based action, data aggregation through Twitter, Telegram, all those social things, and reading Geekbook and GitHub activity. These are some of the protocols that are integrated, which are Layer 0, Spark, Aave, blah, blah, blah. We are going to make it, those kind of stuff. So this is the biggest problem, right? You're not the biggest AI agent. Like, the AI agent cannot integrate with semi-degen protocols. So that means the best opportunity won't be there. And if you're large money, you likely wouldn't use agent, at least for the first year, until it's stabilized to use it anyway. So that's my biggest problem. But my counter is that when it dips, I might buy either way because of two factors. I'm being real. Yeah. I'm waiting for a retrace.
For sure, man.
First, bro, he's a FTM bull, bro. Like if Phantom wants to come back, they need someone like him. They really need someone like him. So like first off, that reason. Secondly, is that if you think about it, right, all his previous creations sounded normal. MIM was just a CDP. Popsicle or Lollipop was only just a cross-chain yield farm. DeFi Ponzi is not the best tech, but the best financial engineering that enables certain things. And that's why I think when it launched, there might be some more opportunity. The only problem with it is the previous track record and it's already very hyped, and then the price point and all those kind of stuff. But I actually have faith that this will just boom somehow.
He's going to launch cross-chain from day one.
I don't know. He showed his wallet that he did a bunch of transactions that looks like a Telegram bot or something like that. But like I'm still in the camp of I don't believe like slight improvement of UX UI would make a big difference.
Yeah.
But I think in general that he's gonna come up with one small tweak, let's say like MIM's like degen looping. Then you're gonna be like everything makes sense now, and then the FOMO comes.
That's the key. I'm just gonna add. I agree with everything you said. The majority of DeFi AI agents are gonna be small optimizations and features. It's not a full blown protocol. It should just be features, but somehow somebody, and might be Daniel here, that finds just like that unique tweak, as you mentioned, and then everything will come to life. I think that makes sense. On like the one that's like managing vault and like dude, like a lot of funds aren't even doing like Lombard, or they're not even doing like looping SUSDE, and people expect like institutions to do DeFi plus agents. No way. It's gonna take some time.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like, wait, by the way, are you aping any agents? Like, I stopped buying agents as much, or in general, because I feel like it's a little bit like the end of the season, and also I don't really have a framework or a way to think of it anymore. Are you actively
I've
throwing money into it?
Yes and no. So I've taken okay, here. Yes, but very little, like 10% of 10 to 20% of what I threw like last month. So like I bought AI16Z last month, so that's a pretty decent runner. I've sold like the majority of those and stuff like that. So now I'm using like I'm still punting here and there, but the size is nowhere near as last month because I think the market is a bit more PvP. So yeah, I guess like still gambling. So there you go. It's not a cop out answer. Yes, still, but much smaller size.
Okay. I basically fully tapped out unless someone ping me and be like, bro, trust me, hit this. And then yeah.
Okay. Hey, okay. A quick question, follow up, because we talked about stablecoin earlier. If you're tapping out, are you like doing any stablecoin yield these days?
Yes, actually. I've been posting stablecoin yields for everyone weekly nowadays. So like right now, you can easily get 10 to 20% stablecoin lending yield on most chains, either through incentivication, like incentives from chains, or from people looping, basically. Then like some of it is like some of that I'm doing that, some of them I'm doing a bit of airdrop and stuff. Now that we are on the stablecoin topic, like I'm sure you see a lot of VC deals lately. Would you share a little bit like what do you think about the stablecoin landfill right now, or the structure, or maybe some like things about stablecoin in general? Let's not talk about regulatory stablecoin though. Let's talk about algo stablecoin.
No, like, honestly, not a cop out answer. I don't see as much new algo stablecoins. It's mostly like existing protocols thinking if they should launch their own stable, and also like expansion of product suites, like Ethereum, creating IUSDE, and then there's like I cannot mention some of these, but like a lot of protocols are thinking of launching their own stables, but I don't see a new like, hey, we are gonna do it completely new. Like I'm seeing like stablecoin on Mega ETH, stablecoin on Movement, stablecoin on Bera Chain, of course, right? But they're not taking like the mechanisms isn't something crazy like what Dokwon had or anything like that. It's all somewhat similar. Typically with like some more creative marketing angle or creative execution like usual. But yeah, honestly, yeah.
Cool. I just think there will be a lot of farming opportunity. Which one or how it will run out, I'm not sure. And I think
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, sorry, just like quickly, do you know what's like the highest source of stablecoin yield these days? I mean, like on chain, because like you look at all of these farms.
Or what size?
Let's say 5 to 10 million.
5 to 10 million, you can probably go up to 20 something percent. There are some pools that are like 12 mil, and you can get like 50%, but you have to move it every 2 weeks.
And then if you loop it, I guess you can go even
cannot
like
loop.
50,
That one
60%?
cannot loop. That one cannot loop.
Cannot.
After looping, you can get 30% plus easily. But like 5 mil is quite big. It's hard. Like I think 5 mil, it's easier just to stick with 20% something. To be very honest. That's why it's. I don't like. You can do a lot of like PT looping, those kind of stuff to get more and shit. But like, yeah, it really depends. Like for me, is I try not to loop too much as the market go crazy, just in case any oracle problem. Secondly, that I am lazy. Like I want it to be quick in, quick out, and if I want to ape something, I can just pull out without problem. So I'm not doing a lot of PT and then re-leverage up. Like those are the loops that is good, or like those kind of things. And I'm trying to avoid Ethereum as well, which is better for long term. Yeah, because I literally put it in front for one day and I pull out sometimes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Like what else have you been seeing, man?
To be honest, I think the market is lacking direction. So what I've been doing is that I'm trying to find the next narrative. I've been playing around with Hyperliquid EVM. I looked at all their ecosystem. I'm looking at all the movement ecosystem. I've looked at all the agent. I am revisiting Bitcoin meta protocols, actually. I'm trying to look into all those runes, all those
Huh.
all those other small things. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to find small angles that might pop up, and I realize that that's my edge. Like I'm good at finding potential narratives, but I'm not very good at like first of the, let's say, the first AI agent coin that jumps up today that I can buy and dump the same day. So like, I'm trying to position myself into those positions.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. No, I mean, I think everybody is just waiting for inauguration, honestly. And then today, the news just came out of like the seized Bitcoin. It's gonna get sold or something. So I think you're right. It's just like a lack of direction. It's like very choppy, very confusing. Still bullish for Bitcoin as long as we range between 90 to 100K, but without a clear direction, it's so hard to pick alts because it's just PvP.
Yeah, 100%. I am getting more and more excited for Bera Chain, though, to be very honest with you. I think the execution is very
One
good.
billion in pre-deposit. Yeah,
The
amazing.
pre-deposit is very different as well, actually. The pre-deposit strategy was quite smart, I would say. It
You want to talk a bit
was
more about that?
basically, I think, even though after launch your money will be locked in there for a little bit, and then what happens is that there's a lot of this is speculation, right? The votes will become the bribe. I feel like
Huh.
to kickstart their VE system. This is what I think their plan will be. Because if you think about it, right, like most people don't, unless you're a heavy DeFi yield farm guy, you wouldn't lock your asset to start voting and bribing.
Yeah.
How can
Yeah.
they get people to start doing this? The key is to, you already got locked in and you just have to vote or you just have to take part, right? And I think it sounded like they're trying to king make like 3-4 things. Like they have the vote, then they have this 3 Bera capital, and you have this other things that are
Yep.
like different parts. So like I feel like they're trying to create the convex before the CRV token is coming out.
Ah.
And then they already created the convex, right? Then how they're gonna get the value into the the CRV, right? Then they use votes, they use FOMO while the token is still hot, so people are not just rushing to go away. I think this is something that Blast did not think of very well, and I hope this is going to start like a bribing war at launch, and it might be a very
That's
interesting
a
play.
that's a very good observation because I just realized what we talked about. Your analogy of like convex before CRV token is such a good analogy, but it's also one that like if you weren't there, you would not have any idea what we just talked about. But yeah, like basically that's why like in one of my prediction I was just saying I just hope they can escape the because I feel like a lot of the Bera crowd inspired or came from like the whole DeFi 2.0 era that we had, like briefly. But that era was like too niche. It's just like amongst themselves and does not really expand into like the broader crypto scene. So I think Bera culturally has done an amazing job in doing that. And now it's just like how can they tie it back to the more nerdy part of their protocols, and yeah, make sure to execute well.
That's why you pick me as a podcast guest, right? I give you different insights.
We should do a Bera Chain podcast soon. But yeah,
Oh man, to be honest, like I went from a little bit bearish on Bera Chain to more and more FOMO now because of what they've been doing lately. Like I think the small execution are done so well. Like the Bera baddies, the events, the supportive of native apps. On top of that, with those pre-deposits,
yeah,
it's like they created cult against each other before the token is here, which is like smart.
yeah, yeah, which is very, very smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just like the Bear Baddies, but yeah, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I don't you like them? bro. You know, I actually ordered the Bera sex toy DM. I've never used
Eden or which one?
I just ordered one. There's like a bottle thing that moves inside. Like I forgot
What's like the name?
Eden,
what's like the name of the project?
Eden Mark.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like I never used a guy's sex toys before. Like I've never like for me, Pornhub.com is good enough. Like Pornhub.com in my left right hand. Oh, bro, I got it. But like I've never used toys. I've used toys on women before, but I've never used toys on myself.
Oh my god.
So like, I'm more and more excited for it now. Like I'm actually low key excited for it.
Are we keeping this in a pod?
Bro, I don't want to look at your face when I do it, man. Shit.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
bro, I love you, but I don't know.
Got it. No, like I've like briefly chatted with the project once. Actually, it's it's crazy what they're trying to do. But
Nice.
at least they have like interesting projects. Yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
man.
All right.
Yeah, that's all that we have for you guys today. So yeah, let's stay tuned to what's happening in the rest of Jan and until the next episode.
Good chat, bro.
Cheers, man. Bye bye.